it's your boy Oscino Fly back with another review, and this time I want to review something that, even though I talked about, I never really reviewed them, and that's the versus series between Earth, Wind & Fire and the Isley brothers. But now, if you are in a black household, you have probably heard at least one or two of these artists' music throughout your lifetime. I have heard like all of these songs growing up. If you're in a black household, period, you should at least know some of these songs that they were playing. As far as like all the versus series, you know, sometimes you can tell it look like it's done by cell phone, and I don't know how they do it, but this one had a production. This one was different between, this one was very different than every other versus, even the ones where they're in the space together. Like, you can tell this one's different. This one had high production quality. This one had moving cameras, more than one camera too. This is just multi-cams, and they not only they was like at one spot, they was moving. You would have thought this was like a studio. This was actually a studio filmed versus. I have never seen them do that before, and honestly I would like to see more of this than like even what they've done in the past versus. This one was really well done, and Steve Harvey and DJ D-Nice was hosting. DJ D-Nice was the DJ, and Steve Harvey was hosting. And I know a lot of people make their jokes, even some of the old heads, but even some of the new ones. But I actually enjoy Steve Harvey in this. I even enjoyed the memes. They say he looked like Darkwing Duck coming out, but I thought he did a fantastic job. I really did. Now, a lot of people was getting mad at Steve Harvey because they did want to hear the music. There was a lot of, like, he talked a lot in the first half, and then the second half, they kind of like got, he actually explained that on his show. He said he has never watched the Versus series, nor did the Earth, Wind & Fire Ryan Isley brothers, nor did Earth, Wind & Fire and the Isley brothers. They never watched the Versus series either. They thought they was just going to sit there and talk about this stuff. They didn't know they was going to perform or do some performance. In which, if you seen like Fabulous and Jadakiss, they didn't really perform. They just kind of like sat there and, you know, they let their music play and all that other stuff. Now, I feel like DMX, may God rest his soul, I just got the news today. That's probably gonna be another video. But DMX and Snoop Dogg had, to me, one of the best verses, next to Jill Scott and Erykah Badu. And even though Jill Scott and Erykah Badu, they didn't really perform their songs, but you know, I feel like they did a good job to where they set the standards. Then you got DMX and Snoop, to where they was performing. I don't even think they had to perform, but they was just performing their songs and all that other stuff. So I feel like they set the standard. Raekwon and Ghostface Killer, when they did their stuff, that was a dope ass if you're a Wu-Tang. But this one's got to be at least top 3. From production wise, this is the best versus ever. From production wise, best versus ever. No debating. This is definitely top 3 best verses that you could put up on there. The production was great. I like seeing them go ahead and perform. I didn't even know that was Ronald Isley for a minute. I'd never seen, y'all gotta understand, I'd never seen Ronald Isley or Mr. Biggs with a beard. So when he had that beard, I was like, oh snap, that's Ronald Isley. And then he had that chinchilla skunk fur coat. I was like, yo, he's out here pepping. He looked good. The songs, if you are a hip hop producer, or if you want to produce hip hop, I feel like you would like this. Or if you were just a fan of hip hop in general, you can understand where all these beats come from, because you can tell they sampled a lot of stuff from Earth, Wind & Fire and Ronald Isley brothers. From like there was a couple of them where I was listening to them and said, I know who sampled that. I'm listening to this one. I know who sampled that. I know I know that one sampled. That's Big Papa right there. And I love that even when Between the Sheets came on and Mr. Big go, I love it when you call me Big Papa. I love that. Rest in peace, Biggie. I'm a Biggie fan, if y'all ain't noticed. But now the first half wasn't slow, but like I said, they never watched the show, so they didn't know the format of how the things was supposed to be structured. So that's why I like when Steve was talking, And like he said, if you're on radio, there's no dead air. So one thing he does know how to do is talk. And Steve Harvey, and I do want to say this, that was his heaven on earth. He couldn't have been in a better place. And like, you can tell, I don't care what anybody say, y'all would have been Steve Harvey if y'all was in that same place. A lot of y'all would act like Steve Harvey, especially some of you old heads you talking about. That's that old head stuff. This is none of that young music, that mumbling and all that other stuff. We talking about love here. It's like Steve is a legitimate old head, and I think a lot of y'all, I know the young people going probably make fun of him. Y'all gonna be like Steve Harvey when y'all get older. Like back in my days, we used to mumble rap. Now I don't know what they doing out here. Like the Lil Uzi Vert, they don't know about that Lil Uzi Vert, young buck. You know, like somebody gonna be. I'm doing it right now, and to my nephews. But yeah, Steve Harvey, to me, I didn't have a problem with him. I thought he was, like, if you ever seen Steve Harvey, I always thought he is a great host. He does what he does. The second half, obviously, once they figured out, oh, this is how the system is, that's where, like, it really started flowing. The second half is really, like, the best part of the whole battle. Even though the first part was, like, real good, but that second half, it just blew me away. DJ D-Nice, like, I give props to him because he was when he was scratching some of the samples that Earth, Wind and Fire. Now that's smart. I feel like this is where you learn your hip hop history, and this is where you learn your black history, especially when it comes to music. So everything about this is really, really top notch. So overall, this is definitely, for me, top 3. Erykah Badu and Jill Scott, DMX and Snoop Dogg is still 1 and 2. This is number 3. And I'm pretty sure for all the old heads, this is the best one ever. They might put the Patti LaBelle verses on there, but this one right here, this one was really, really special, and I loved it. If y'all haven't seen it, y'all know it's on YouTube. Some people got it, somebody got it on YouTube, somebody got it somewhere. I feel like they did everything correctly. Steve Harvey did a good job. Earth, Wind and Fire did a good job. The Isley brothers did a good job. It was just, it's like looking at a time machine to me. So this was a really special verses. I don't know how they're going to do other verses now, because are they going to have this type of studio quality, or they're just going to go back to them two being in one room? Because this one had some quality in it when it comes to verses. Hey, you could tell like it came a long way from them just having 2 people in their cell phones and all that other stuff to now where they're in the spot and like it's a damn studio production behind it. And I like seeing that. I hope they build more on this, and I hope that like we keep this as our thing. Now I know a lot of people want to see Backstreet Boys versus NSYNC, and part of me want to see that, but I like seeing, like, you can tell like we made this. I feel like we as a people need to build up on this, but that's enough about Black Talk. Y'all go, if y'all haven't seen it, y'all missing out. Y'all should watch this. I'm saying this. Y'all missing out. Y'all should watch this. Go in that time machine. You're gonna smile all the way through, and you even gonna laugh at Steve Harvey and like him being an old head. So, cause I definitely did. So, go watch it. With that being said, let me know what y'all think. What was y'all favorite song? What song did they play with that made y'all just pop? Cause me, it was For the Love of You, and Brazilian Rhyme for the Brazilian Rhymes for Earth, Wind and Fire, because I love that song, and For the Love of You. I love For the Love of You. That's just a beautiful song to me. So let me know what y'all think. Till then, my name is Oscino Fly, and I'm out. Peace.
Fancy ass man wear glove of rings, flying around town in a tub of wings. Found out how to make love to fiends. He mixing that fudge with the drug of dreams. She too teenage to have a drug of choice, but she fuck with that Royce like she love Detroit. She rolled. Pharaoh.